for all those details on that story. We are turning our attention towards one of the most dramatic political reversals of the year. President Donald Trump struck an unexpectedly warm tone towards New York Mayor-Elect Zohran Mamdani during a meeting at the White House, just weeks after denouncing him as a communist lunatic and threatening to cut off federal funding if he won the election. The shift has surprised everyone who had expected a tense encounter given the bitter exchanges during the campaign. Instead, Trump described Mamdani as a rational person, praised his vision for New York, and signaled a willingness to work closely with him on affordability and public safety, a remarkable U-turn from the hostility that he projected throughout the mayoral race. Let's in fact take a look at the statements that we have been coming across from US President Donald Trump over the entire duration of the mayoral race. So this is US President Donald Trump's 360 turn. Before now, he used to say in fact that he is a communist lunatic, a radical left lunatic. So remember that during this entire mayoral race which Zohran Mamdani was part of before he won the elections, Trump used to be very opposed to this entire idea of electing him. He had even instructed the people of citizens of New York that do not elect him because that will be very bad news for New York. However, now you can see after, he is a very rational person. We agree on a lot more than I would have thought. So he does have that caveat. He's saying that he's a very rational person and we agree on a lot more than he actually thought. So clearly when we again see his previous statements, he is a communist and the last thing that we need is a communist. So we can clearly, we'll keep seeing all those details from what his statements actually were. But remember that firstly when he was saying that he's a communist and the last thing that we need is a communist, but now he's saying that I give him a lot of credit. He ran a good race and came out of nowhere. So clearly we can see that this is the U-turn that he actually made. Previously, he had also says that he is bad news. Like I said, he's told you New Yorkers that if you elect him, he will be bad news for the city. But now he's saying that some of his views have changed. We had some very interesting conversations. Joining us on the broadcast to discuss this warm bonhomie between US President Donald Trump and Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev, a former diplomat. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Very good afternoon to you. We appreciate your time. We want to understand this entire 360 turn that Trump's statements have taken, sir. We do believe that this is the way forward when you want to work towards, achieving certain goals, when you want to work towards achieving shared goals, and this is the way. But Trump has usually not been so warm in this, sir.
Thank you, Shivani, for having me. Pleased to be on your channel. Two adages need to be mentioned. Firstly, realpolitik in the United States trumps ideology. And secondly, nothing succeeds like success. These two have their own respective bases who are devoted to them. MAGA for President Trump, and middle and lower middle class immigrant, mostly New Yorkers, who are stifled by high price of living in favor of Zohran Mamdani. They have clashed during the electioneering. Trump has plenty of real estate still under his name or his trust's name in New York, and he would be deeply interested in preserving it and maintaining it till after his presidency ends and he resumes the guardianship of the trust. Secondly, he has plenty of billionaire supporters, the oligarchs of New York, who feel threatened by Mamdani's success and his agenda to impose 2% tariff or tax on the highly rich people, and to support plenty of socialistic measures such as free buses, free child care, etc. in New York. There has to be a modus vivendi found to support his billionaire base. On the other hand, Mamdani can need the goodwill of President Trump to get by, because New York needs a lot of federal cash assistance to revive the city and to support its bureaucracy. So all told, there is a marriage of convenience, and with the elections to the Congress scheduled next year, both would have to look for their support base continuing and try to appease the lower middle class hurt by their respective measures. Trump has been vociferous supporter of high tariffs, which eventually translate into higher prices for including for his MAGA base. And similarly, Zohrani has a lot of electoral promises to keep, and the voters would be watching very carefully on both ends. In the end, both are demagogues, both have raised expectations from their support base sky high, and they need to work towards fulfilling those expectations.
Absolutely.
This brings them together.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for bringing that perspective onto that news.